fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football pregame show. We'll call it a pregame second quarter show. It's in the second quarter with 7:26 to go, and it's a 14-3 49ers lead. The 49ers are scoring off with the Raiders right now. We'll get to that in just a sec. But first, here's today's Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football trivia question. How many Super Bowls did the 49ers win during the 1980s? I'll have the answer later on the broadcast. Well, it's Thursday Night Football that kicks off Week 9 of the NFL football regular season. The Oakland Raiders and the San Francisco 49ers, as I've said, are scoring off tonight at Levi Stadium in San Francisco. The 49ers are beating the Raiders right now, 14-3. It was 7:26 to go in the second quarter. The Raiders are 1-6, and the 49ers are 1-7. And this rivalry game tonight between the Raiders and the 49ers will serve as the last and perhaps least impressive of the meetings between these NFL teams. Between these NFL teams that were separated by a thin body of water. The Raiders could be leaving the Bay Area as soon as next season, and will certainly be gone by the time they would play the 49ers again. Now, both teams have done this dance before. They were separated by 390 miles from 1982 to 1985, when the Raiders were in Los Angeles, as you might recall, because from 1982 to 1995, they were the Los Angeles Raiders. And then in the fall of 95, or the spring, they went back to being the Oakland Raiders. And they've been back in Oakland ever since. So, and mostly because there was not much to the rivalry anyway. Both teams are looking to overturn their dire starts to the season, and 49ers QB Nick Mullins, who is 23 years old, is yet to throw a pass, but Mullins will not play in tonight's game due to a hand injury. So former Southern Mississippi quarterback, now 49ers backup quarterback, C.J. Beathard, has been given the green light, and his big break, and will start tonight's game. Now, this rivalry between the 49ers and the Raiders has been a long-time rivalry, since way back in the days. And I feel, because the Raiders could be leaving the Bay Area as soon as next season, but we'll see. But I feel that, although neither one of these teams have an impressive record, but I am picking the 49ers to win tonight's game by a final of 20-17. And my brother-in-law, Eric Hoyle, is also picking the 49ers to win tonight's game as well. So both of us have picked the 49ers to win tonight's game. And the 49ers and the Raiders are just struggling right now. And the Niners are really struggling because they lost quarterback Jerry Garoppolo in the early part of the season. And they just have not played well. They've been struggling. And the Raiders haven't been able to win on either at home. They've won on the road, but they haven't been able to win at home. And they've just been struggling. Yet they beat the Browns on their home field, but they have been struggling right now. And I feel that the Raiders will need to step it up as well as the 49ers, but I think the 49ers, I feel, have the edge, and I'm picking them to win this game tonight. So I feel that the rivalry between the 49ers and the Raiders, it's not a rivalry like the Browns and Pittsburgh. It's been a rivalry, even though when they were the Oakland Raiders, and it's also been a rivalry, not as much when they were in Los Angeles, but it was a little bit of a rivalry there, somewhat of one. But it's more a rivalry with now being the Oakland Raiders. It's more a rivalry with them. So I just feel that the 49ers are going to win tonight's game. And I'm gonna go down the picks of the games in Week 9. I'm gonna do that for you. I'm gonna let you know who is playing this week. The Minnesota Vikings will be playing the Detroit Lions at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minnesota. The Kansas City Chiefs come into Cleveland and play the Browns at First Energy Stadium, and that's a 1:00 start. And they're 7-1. The Browns are 2-5-1. It's not going to be an easy game for the Browns, but I'm picking the Chiefs to win. I feel the Chiefs have the edge. But as you know, Hugh Jackson was fired, and along with offensive coordinator Todd Haley, and Greg Williams is the interim head coach for the Browns. And I think it's going to be a lot of different coaching style, and it could spark the team to move forward. We'll see what happens. The Baltimore Ravens will take on the Pittsburgh Steelers this Sunday, and I think it's in Baltimore. No, it's in Pittsburgh, down the road. Excuse me. The Carolina Panthers will take on the Tampa Bay Bucks in Carolina, and I think in Carolina. The Miami Dolphins will take on the New York Jets at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The Washington Redskins will take on the Atlanta Falcons at FedEx Stadium in Washington. The Chicago Bears will take on the Buffalo Bills at Ralph Wilson Stadium in Buffalo. The Denver Broncos will take on the Houston Texans and I believe it's in Denver. Check me if I'm wrong. The Seattle Seahawks will take on the Los Angeles Chargers I think it's in Seattle. Check me if I'm wrong. The LA Rams will take on the New Orleans Saints in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. And Sunday Night Football, the New England Patriots will take on the Green Bay Packers at Gillette Stadium in New England. Check me if I might be at Lambeau Field, but I'm not sure. I think it's in New England, though. Yeah, it's in New England. I'm playing at Gillette Stadium in New England. And Monday Night Football, the Dallas Cowboys will take on the Tennessee Titans at AT&T Stadium in Big D, Dallas, Texas. So that's a pick of the games for Week 9 this week, but we're focused on tonight's game between the San Francisco 49ers and the Oakland Raiders. We'll get back to more of tonight's game in just a sec, but first, it is time now for the answer to today's Scott Sports Thursday Night Football NFL trivia question. How many Super Bowls did the San Francisco 49ers win during the 1980s? If you said 4, you are correct. The San Francisco 49ers won 4 Super Bowls during the 1980s, including Super Bowl 16 in 1981, Super Bowl 18 in 1984, Super Bowl 23 in 1988, and Super Bowl 24 in 1989. This impressive string of championships earned the title team of the 49ers the title team of the 80s. Excuse me. They would also go on to win Super Bowl 29 in 1994, making them the first team in NFL history to win 5 Super Bowls. And I'll have another trivia question on my next broadcast, which will be hopefully either tomorrow or Saturday. If not, it will be on Sunday on Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday pregame show for the early games. So stay tuned for that. Now, getting back to tonight's game between the 49ers and the Raiders, this is a game of teams with not impressive records. As I've said, the Raiders are 1-6. The 49ers are 1-7. And one of these teams are going to get their second win. But neither one of these teams I don't think are going to make the playoffs. So, but as I've said before, I'm picking the 49ers to win tonight's game. Well, and so we'll see what happens with tonight's game. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this, for the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football pregame show. I'll be back with the postgame show once the game between the San Francisco 49ers and the Oakland Raiders has concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.